What's up, everybody? This is Jesus Morel. This is the Broken Knuckles podcast. I just want to say thank you very much for coming back again. And here's another one of the great interviews. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing Miss Infinity. So if we can get some of these logistic things done, could you tell us who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, all that good stuff? Please.
Of course. My real name is Cedria Infinity Lewis. I'm from Iowa originally. Been living in Florida for about 5 years now. I compete in Mortal Kombat and Injustice. And I'm going to school full time to become an author.
Oh, excellent. So, Iowa to Florida, how'd that happen? Because, okay. Like, here's something funny. Like, I used to live in Orlando for a long time, and I now live in Wisconsin. So, I'm curious about how did you get from Iowa to Florida? Because these are very different places.
Yeah, so long story short, my mom just decided, I want more opportunities for you guys, blah, 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 blah. So at first we were planning on moving to California, but there was something about the Orlando Waterford area that she really liked. So we just ended up coming here.
Oh, really? Get out. Orlando, what? Okay, now this is just real just me. Do you know where Lake Underhill and Econ is?
Yeah, it's actually pretty close.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the high school
boys.
university, that's the one I graduated from. So that's kind of funny.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So let me ask you this. What year are you in school? Freshman, sophomore, junior?
Freshman. I took a couple-year break because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it.
I got you. And you say an author. What genre are you drawn to? What are you thinking about?
Anything having to do with thrillers and crimes are kind of my thing. I guess that's because the games that I play.
Ah, I got you. Okay. Well, so let me ask you some FGC stuff here. Let's get a little warmed up here. I noticed that I started really paying attention to the FGC probably 2011, 2012, and it wasn't until recently have I seen a lot of women players start to really get some shine. Why is that? Is it that the NRS community is just starting to see more female players, or is it just that they started taking it serious? Like, from your point of view, why is it just now we're starting to see more of you guys start to come out?
Well, it's hard to say. I feel like, or at least back when I was first competing, I probably only saw one other woman, and she wasn't even competing; she was spectating. And I also wondered the same things, but then I got to a tournament and saw how strange the aura was for women. And then I began to understand. So I think what's happening now is they're seeing more girls like me, and we got Cuddlecore and Tekken and Keane and Soul Calibur, and they're probably more comfortable with the idea of, okay, I see them on stream and fighting, doing good. Maybe I can do that too.
Oh, okay. So you just think it might be just now that you guys are being more visible, then more will come out, just like a momentum thing, right?
Yeah.
So I noticed that you do some cosplay also. What's your favorite character to cosplay?
That's a really tough one because I really just love all my, Mortal Kombat ladies, and the DC girls are always fun to do too. Probably so far my favorite one to cosplay was probably Mystique, just because it took so much time and effort to do her, and I got a lot of compliments.
Oh, I saw that one. Yes, I was looking at your Twitter. That's a nice one. How long did it take to
Thank
do
you.
that makeup on your face? That was
Jesus. That probably took me like 4 hours.
yeah. Oh, and I guess you recently did Scarlet. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I
Other
did
than I
Scarlet
hate
for
the
you,
character, but if I didn't hate Scarlet, I would think that was pretty cool. But yeah,
Yeah,
she's like,
she's annoying.
yeah, she is. But all right. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about is the big news right now is the whole Evo and MK not being there and so forth and so on. Now, everyone's talked to death about why they think that's not is and so forth and so on. From your perspective as a competitor, what would be some new type of competitions would you like to see to start to take the place of these things because, you know, if you're always dependent on somebody else, it might get difficult. So what are some new ways that would you like to see happen? You understand what I mean?
Yeah, like honestly, just by how we're getting games every 2 years for NRS, I feel like just our scene alone can have its own tournament with so many different games that it would feel like any other tournament. So, in my opinion, I don't know who would do this. I mean, I would do it if I were rich, but
Mm-hmm.
we should definitely have an NRS only tournament where we have everything from the classic trilogy to even some of the 3D games, maybe MK9,
Mm,
MKX, et cetera, all the Injustice games, all in one big tournament for NRS only.
I got you. Oh, okay. So something I've been wondering about. Now, this is just my opinion. Do you do you happen to watch anything like the UFC or boxing or anything like that, or just know basically how they work?
Yes.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I've been thinking about lately is the fact that when you look at boxing and even MMA on the amateur level, they have like 2 and 3 round fights, and then the higher skilled, the professionals and such, oh, they have 10 round fights. Do you think
Yeah.
the FGC would benefit from separating? Because, like, think about it. If we used to go to a tournament, you are better than me. There is a chance, though, that I get lucky, and out of two, a best out of three, out of 2 games, I might win two. Then you have to either go down to the lower bracket or go home. But I just got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Where if it was a best out of 10, then that doesn't happen. Do you think the FGC could benefit for things like that?
I think they could for sure. Like, that's the main reason why we have hype exhibitions that are first to tens.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem with it being in an open bracket setting for first to 10 is that it would just take a long time.
Oh, no, 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 not an open bracket. I mean, like, so an event like it's like a boxing match. So you got the main event is a first to 10 with Sonic Fox and Ninja Killer, and then there's 2 other ones where it's like, oh, I don't know, uh, Kevin the Man and Beyond Toxin and you versus Perfect Legend, right? So those are the 3 matches, but they're all first to 10s. And then there's a prize thing like, let's say it's $100, and $100 is
Oh,
split.
okay. So you
You know,
mean kind of like pre-tourney exhibitions
yeah, yeah,
or
not
like
even
mid-tourney
tournament.
exhibitions?
Yeah, this is just like a straight up like prize fights more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be really cool to see.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think when I think about it, because I think about I grew up doing martial arts and watching the UFC and boxing and all that stuff. And one of the things that I always found interesting is that if you give everyone the same tools, and when you allow it to play out, you start to see different ideas, even though everyone has the same tools. Meaning that the things that you do to beat the things that I do in the first to two in the lower in the fewer rounds, fewer matches. That's what I'm trying to say. There you go. There's an adaptability that might not be able to happen because, oh no, it's not that move. It's this other move that I never use is the move I need to do to use to beat said thing. You understand what I mean? Or
Yeah,
did
it's a lot more antsy when it's a first to two.
right. And I think when you get top players and they get a chance to like fully like you, I like the idea like you get an opportunity to know that all right, you're gonna play uh, as per my example, you're gonna play Perfect Legend, and you know Perfect Legend plays Kung Lao, so you also know that okay, we're also gonna play in 2 weeks from now. So then you have full 2 weeks to train against Kung Lao and know everything that you can know about that one character, and vice versa, because the opportunity to because personally I'm not a big fan of getting be able to switch your every time you lose. Oh, I'll just pick somebody else. I don't
Yeah.
like that. So like being forced into 1 or 2 characters and playing a first to 10, those are the kind of things I personally want to see. And I was just trying to get your feel on what you think of that. but I hear what you're saying. But anyway, is there
Yeah, that would
anything else?
definitely be a good idea.
Oh, cool. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Is there anything that you want to bring up right now?
Not necessarily. Just going with the flow.
Are you gonna go to LCQ coming up?
Yeah, I actually just bought my ticket for that today.
Oh, there you go. How do you feel?
Good, I'm ready. It's going to be a
Oh,
really big event for us. We've got so many things to look forward to at the finals with, making an appearance, and we've got on-site things, spawn reveal.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go to LCQ. This is gonna be my first event. I went to Combo Breaker because I live up here in Wisconsin. So I went to Combo Breaker one time, like 2 years ago, for half a day. But LCQ is gonna be my first like full. I'm gonna go both to the Saturday and Sunday, the tournament and the thing. Right?
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I want to get into my questions that I want to ask. All right. So the
Okay.
first one is easy. The first one is now when you was back in school, I'm talking fifth grade, sixth grade, good cartoon times. What was the cartoon that you had to come home to see? You got out of school, and what did you turn on?
Definitely Ed, Ed, and Eddie and Teen Titans.
Oh, really? Yeah, old school Teen Titans. Yes, I remember those.
Yes.
I love those. I miss that stuff. All right. So, what was the snack? So, what are you eating
Oh,
while you're watching that?
probably Doritos, honestly.
Doritos? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Uh, I had a German teacher one time. I took German in high school, and he said that there's only two things in the world that your body can't get this. No, only two things in the world that you smell like after you eat it. That's cigarettes and Doritos. I don't know if that's true, but ever since he told me that, I stopped eating Doritos.
That's pretty funny.
All right. So another thing I want you to ask. Okay. Now, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
21.
21. Oh, perfect. So, what do you think you're going to be doing when you're 50?
Hopefully playing Mortal Kombat 50 with my kids.
I can respect that. What kind of life are you looking forward to? Like, that's what I'm looking for. Just family, career.
Yeah, just like a laid back, hopefully have a couple books published by then.
Oh, I like that. I like that. All right. So now, here where it gets a little difficult. These are the last two. Okay. I am a big fan of ethical dilemmas. And
Okay.
this is ethical dilemma, one of my favorite ones. It's called the trolley problem. Do you know the trolley problem?
No. Explain.
Okay. So it works basically like this. You're at a rail station and you're at the control to pull the lever to switch the tracks. The trolley is coming down the tracks and the 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 track that it's on. Ooh, the track that it's on has five people, right?
Okay.
And if the trolley keeps going, it's going to hit those five people. If you pull the lever, the trolley is going to kill one person. So what do you do? Do you let the trolley kill the five people because that's where it's already going, or do you pull the lever and kill the one person to save the five people?
Uh, this might sound like but I would personally let the one person die.
Let the one. Okay. All right. So now, what if the one person is a little child?
Sorry, Nino. Pero it's time to go, buddy.
Really interesting. Okay. Now.
But let me
m-
explain though,
mm,
because like you know, it's one life versus five. So like either you're just turning your back and like saying, "Oh, I don't care about anyone, bye," or you're like, "I have the chance to make a change." So you would rather do something than nothing, in my opinion.
no, I got you. No, you're a utilitarian. You believe that it's better to have five people than one. I utterly respect that. All right. Here's another version. You are on an overpass over the tracks, and the only difference is you have to push a person over, and this person is a large person, large enough to stop the trolley, and you have 5 people. Once again, do you push the person over with your hands? You gotta lift them up and push them over.
Lift them up and push. Oof. I was
Yeah,
sweating.
that's right. It's effort. This isn't just a lever now. You gotta actually get your hands dirty.
I suppose if I had to, I would. I just
You
pray
would?
they're not too much bigger than me.
Oh wow. Okay. I respect that. You're like a person after my own heart. I rarely do I hear people give those answers, but just so you know, those are my answers too. 5 people outweigh 1 person all the time. All right. So here's the last. Well, yeah, here's the last one. This one is really simple. Okay?
Okay.
It's a riddle. You can do riddles?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. So the way this works is you're inside of a cylinder, and the cylinder is 10 feet tall. When you outstretch your arms, like show your wingspan, the cylinder is just out the reach of that. So you can't use your hands to like try to climb up, right? The cylinder
Okay.
is 4 feet thick concrete, and you have a 4 foot thick concrete slab underneath you, so you can't dig out. What you have is a hand saw and a stick. How do you get out?
Actually,
Hmm? I can't hear you if your mic is talking.
so it's 10 feet high and
Yes.
just outside of my wingspan, full concrete.
Yes.
And all I have is a handsaw and what was the other thing?
A stick. A wood
And a
stick.
stick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, buddy, how thin is the stick?
The stick is like a 2 inch stick. It's 2 inches in diameter and about 3 feet long.
Hmm. Actually, not sure. I'm gonna have to think about this one.
Yeah, take your time. It's actually really easy, actually. And if you can't get it, I would be suspect of your ability to be an author.
See, I'm thinking of like Uncharted things, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know if that's realistic enough to be the answer.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you the answer then.
Huh. So I would assume,
Mm-hmm.
it's concrete. I don't know how strong this saw is gonna be, but
Mm-hmm.
I would try to saw creases into this concrete and use
Ah,
the stick as like a little, what do you call it? Kind of like,
like little
you know how people
handholds?
climb with hatches? Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
with
yes.
hatchets and they, yeah,
Ye-
that's what I would.
okay, no, that's not gonna work. That's
Okay,
no.
then I don't know.
All right, you really give up? All right, it's very simple. Check it out. You take the saw, right? And then you take the
Hmm.
stick, okay? Then you cut the stick in half. That's step one. You got that?
Okay.
2 halves make a hole. You put the hole against the wall and then you crawl out.
Bruh.
Ah, I
You got me
fucking love
thinking
that
like
one.
Nathan Drake over here and shit. Oh my god.
Ah, yes, I do love that one. Oh, okay. So, is there anything else that you want to talk about? Just one last thing. If not, give your information. Where can people follow you? Where can they find your Twitch? All that good stuff.
Okay.
The
Yeah, I
last.
don't really have
Mm-hmm.
too much to say. Just support the women in our scene. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
that person.
Mm-hmm.
And love Mortal Kombat and all its essence.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that. All right. Twitch, Twitter.
Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything is literally Infinity_FGC. Infinity with 2 I's at the end. I'll be literate.
All right. And so for me, You know, you can find me at Broken Knuckles on YouTube and Broken Knuckles on the Facebook, and my Twitter is at EYESUSHAILE. That's my name. EYESUSHAILE. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. Okay, say your name again for me. I want to get that right. Cedria?
Cedria, yes.
Cedria. All right, thank you very much, Cedria. And I appreciate your time. And this has been Broken Knuckles.
Having me.
Absolutely. This has been Broken Knuckles, and you guys have a great day.